You don't exist without us. You don't exist without the fans, without the people who enjoy your work. When you put out garbage and try to preach to us and act like you're so superior to us, nobody likes that. So you do better, Hollywood. You do better.
I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and
Hello, all. It's Mr. Q from The Enablist. As you may or probably don't know, the Oscars dropped last night to a withering 9.85 million viewers. 9.85. Last year was 23. 2019 was 29 million. Anybody see a trend here? So, from what I understand, because I am not going to go through this snooze fest, I see no reason to, considering it's full of absolute woke garbage and a bunch of egotistical, preachy, $1 million hairdo elitists. I have no reason to do this to myself. I see enough of their shit in the shows that they decide to kick out the door and cram down our throats. I don't need to see them patting themselves on their back all damn night. No thank you. But apparently they were in fine form. And I was in the Inquisition stream last night. I was listening to Doomcock and Gary from Nerdrotic. He's not. He may be neurotic, but I think it's neurotic. And they were just ripping to shreds this woke Hollywood bullshit that they're continuing to spew out. And the majority of the people in that stream said, we didn't even know the Oscars was on. I honestly didn't know it was the Oscars until like 2 or 3 days ago, and that was just because it was mentioned in passing by a few other YouTubers that I follow. And considering what a dismal viewership was last year in the middle of a freaking pandemic where nobody had anything to do, it still dropped 6 million viewers from 2019. So after the entirety of 2020, which we have been dealing with many problems with our government, with our society, with our entertainment, with our culture. It's I don't think it's overstating it to say it was a complete and utter shit show. So I am absolutely not surprised by this viewership number, other than the fact that 9.85 million people still decided to tune in. And the only thing I can think of is that they misplaced their prescription for Ambien and needed something to get to sleep with. I see no other reason other than maybe the sycophants and the people who just do this every year habitually. That's the only thing I can think of. But 9.85 million people is still too many. It's still too many. I don't know. Do they love being preached at by Hollywood? By people in $100,000 dresses and tens of $1,000s on makeup and hair and arriving in limousines and being treated to these lavish parties and being filmed live receiving awards and patting themselves on their back and getting the ovations of their peers. You can't see the finger quotes here, but it's a giant ass circle jerk. And I don't know why anybody in their right mind, unless they're a damn masochist, is considered watching that shit. I have not. The last time I think I fucking watched the Oscars was, oh god, probably late 90s, early 2000s, and I think that was simply because my grandmother watched it every year. And I had no interest in it. But that's days long by. That was a long time ago. Um, right now, I just find it a waste of 3 hours, personally. And I think Hollywood is starting to understand that we don't give a fuck about them. We don't care about their preachy wokeness. We don't care about their stance on society. We don't care about the nuances of their worldview. Shut up, do your jobs, and leave the world alone. You have no right. You have no leg to stand on when you try and tell us that we're not doing good enough. You have no leg to stand on when you try and tell us that you're feeling the same way we are when you're sitting around in your $1,000,000, $1,000,000,000 homes, being waited on hand and foot, and having money thrown at you and fame. Yeah, we're really feeling your pain there. And that's why I cannot give two shits about your worldview and your politics. I can't see a fucking reason that you are even relevant other than the fact that you can speak somebody else's words in some kind of manner that resembles entertainment. You are not special. You are not better than anybody else. You do not have a pulpit to preach from. And every action and every word that comes out of your mouth is false. Do you know that this train station that they decided to do the Oscars in order to do the social distancing thing, they actually kicked the homeless out that were living in the area. Just kicked them out. And then they have the gall to go up on stage and tell us that we're not doing enough. See, the hypocrisy is real. And there's not a damn thing that they can say that will change my mind until they throw some action behind their... I don't know what the fuck to call it. I don't know. I'm just pissed. I'm just fucking pissed. So, I have no interest in any actor outside of their ability to perform. That's it. The minutia of your lives, your politics, your sexual orientation, your color. I don't care. I really don't care. And apparently, almost 20 million people thought the exact same thing. So goodbye, Hollywood. You don't exist without us. You don't exist without the fans, without the people who enjoy your work. When you put out garbage and try to preach to us and act like you're so superior to us, nobody likes that. So you do better, Hollywood. You do better.